All right, folks, welcome to this episode of Live from the Black House. You know, back in I think it was the 90s, there was a show that had the guy, Sherman Hemsley, right? Sherman Hemsley, who used to be on, uh, what was it? The Jeffersons,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So after the Jeffersons, he ends up going over to this new show, right? And it was settled in a church, right?
I remember that.
It was settled in a church. My mom, every Sunday, she calls me. The first words out of her mouth are, church was so good today, right? Oh, it was so good. But here's the kicker, it's never actual church. She watches Wheeler on Facebook. She watches Wheeler, and she's like, church was so good. And then I usually say, why? Right? So that show had a theme song that went something like, turn on the lights of heaven, Lord, shine on me. Turn on the lights of heaven, Lord, shine on me.
Hey.
Shine on me, turn on the light. Well, there's some folks in Harris County that are saying, turn on the lights.
What a plug. What a plug.
Oh. See how I did that?
What a transition.
See how I did that? Yeah. I do this. I do it masterfully.
You do.
Do it masterfully. There's some people that are in the so it's not Houston, it's Houston, but not the city's responsibility.
Right.
But it's in Harris County, and they're saying, shine on me. Shine on me. Loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, in this activist game, there are a few people who, I've seen consistently, consistent. Like Sheila Jackson Lee. By the way, y'all, you see my braids? Okay. I'm doing, if you look closely, that's a goddess braid. Sheila Jackson Lee. Consistently, she wore the goddess braid. So we do this, right?
Homage. Nice.
But in the activist community, there's, I would say, Travis McGee, right? There's Larry McKenzie. And I would say, what's his name? Kazimbi? Something like that? Something Zimbi.
Gait. Mr. Gait.
Mr. Gait?
Mr. Gait. The Cumby Gait.
Dikembe.
Yes.
Dikembe. Try to tell my head, not my heart. Also on that list, to my right, your left, the one and only, Tahir Charles. Welcome to the Black House.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
So y'all are saying, turn on the lights, right? Tell us about this campaign you got going.
Well, basically, we're in the dark.
Okay.
The person that's responsible for this is Rodney Ellis, our commissioner.
And so, where are streetlights? I think I saw a little bit of it. On Facebook, and I think I saw a little bit of it on the news, where they were basically saying that there are no lights. Charlene is not here, but Adonis is here, and his alarm just went off. You'll get to meet him in a second. But so Rodney Ellis, who is the commissioner for Precinct 1, is how does it work exactly, and why is it not the city's fault?
Well, it's outside the city.
You want to bring your mic closer?
Okay, it's outside the city's jurisdiction. Okay. So the areas that we talked about is 3 streets: Cullen, Scott, and Furman Road.
Okay.
And so for Scott Street, it's between Fuquay and Beltway 8.
Okay.
The same for Cullen.
Okay.
All right. So it's extremely dark. If you know anything about going hunting, 3 and 4 in the morning, going to your deer stand.
Yeah.
That's how dark it is.
Wow.
You could be down that street and forget you were actually in Houston.
Wow. So how did it get like this? Were there lights before and then they took them away?
No, there were never lights. This has been an ongoing issue, and it's just not new with Rodney Ellis. It's been the former precinct commissioner as well.
El Franco Lee.
Correct.
And so they get a lot of money. I mean, Rodney is putting up murals. He's putting bike lanes everywhere. There are more bike lanes, right? Now, this is not a personal thing. This is just commissioner, clearly there are funds to do other stuff. What would it look like to, put lights up? And so what have they told you?
Well, There's been an ongoing situation for me. Started officially on paper February 2023.
Okay.
I was elected to the MUD board in November 2022.
Okay.
So I want to make that one of my main projects.
Mm-hmm.
So going back and forth, first Rodney Ellis said, I'm not paying for anything.
Yeah,
Really?
That sounds a lot like him.
Then it turned into, you know what? All right, y'all pay half. And I told, we talked to constituents. They're like, what, doesn't that sound like double?
Wait.
Yeah.
Y'all pay. So how much does this cost? I have no idea.
We haven't even got a cost estimate in place. But out the gate, he said, hey, y'all pay half. And my our constituents were like, well, no, because we pay taxes to the MUD. Then you want us to potentially elevate these our taxes to cover what our taxes should have already be covering.
Mm-hmm.
So then it turned into just a lot of back and forth and got really stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a mild blackout one night.
What does that look like? A blackout?
I just called some of the community members. I was like, hey, let's go outside in all black. Let's get on Facebook. Yeah, and bring attention to this matter.
Uh-huh.
And I started getting on Facebook, posting pictures, letting everybody know what it looks like. And then I got on Facebook posting pictures of the police, the constables. If they were to ever to pull somebody over, there was an accident over there. The constables couldn't see. Passerbyers had to stop their vehicles and shine their lights so they could see.
And so it makes me wonder, I mean, what has to, because for folks that don't know, city council has to, for most big expenses has to go through city council, and it has to be approved by the mayor. Most things are put on the agenda by the mayor. Commissioners get their own little buckets of money. They get their own pockets of money where they get to decide, who gets some of these contracts, which contracts are approved or moved down the line. And so Rodney Ellis, who's very popular, like everybody loved Rodney. It seems like, why wouldn't he just pay for these streetlights? Like, what would be the
hesitation?
Yeah,
I have no clue. But what gets me is people, elected employees.
Yeah,
because we work for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It kills me how they say, I'm from Sunnyside, I'm from South Park, I'm from 3rd Ward.
Yeah.
So you should know the needs, especially when you say you grew up in these areas.
Yeah.
30 plus years of knowledge already.
Yeah.
You don't need a survey. You don't need to hire a consultant to tell you what needs to be done.
Right.
So clearly they know about it.
So, I mean, I hear, so y'all had the blackout. What other things have y'all done to bring attention to it? And in what ways can people who are watching be involved?
Well, for me, March 2025, Rodney Ellis agreed to pay for everything. He put this in writing.
Oh, March of 2025.
March 2025. He put this in writing. Then 2 months down the line, it may have been June-ish or so, he turned around and said, hey, well, you know what? Cullen and Scott, not my responsibility. You need to check with TxDOT. And I'm like, wow. I mean, after you did this, but okay, let me try to follow the protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to TxDOT, and they said we didn't qualify. And my thought process,
qualify. You have to qualify for lights?
Yes, you have to qualify. It's some sort of study that they do, but they wouldn't give me the matrix on why we failed.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that point, I was like, well, you know what? How many people have to die?
Mm.
And that turned into another 2.5 months of trying to get a response.
Mm-hmm.
So while that was going on, I reached out to Dr. Allen's office numerous times, and other constituents did as well.
Mm-hmm.
I finally heard from her last Monday.
Wow.
Since March of last year?
No, probably since this February or so.
Okay.
We started reaching, we kind of started reaching out to her.
I actually had a question, Darrell, if you don't mind me asking. So with the nonprofit that I work with, we do a lot of blurbs for elected officials just to make sure residents know what resources are available. And I know there was a program where they were taking requests for streetlight requests on the county level, and the application was open until February 28th. I'm wondering, was there any pushback specifically for the area you were requesting in doing that program?
You want to hear something interesting?
Please.
We were the ones that helped initiate that.
Wow.
We got a letter in March 2025 saying that based upon our needs, this has opened the door to let them start looking elsewhere. And there is application process. We helped him start that.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's fascinating because you would think it's the squeaky wheel that gets the oil.
Absolutely.
If you're elected, it's just like the thing that happened over here with emancipation with the TERS, the Midtown Redevelopment Authority. The guy who got the millions of dollars to cut the grass, right? You had Ed Pettit, who like is very community connected and known.
Yes.
He complained, if you don't cut nobody else's grass, you go find those 3 lots and you cut those 3 lots.
Right.
They didn't cut those lots.
Oh
So then it becomes like, why not just put up the lights? Now, I'll also say, I lived in Detroit for 3 years.
Okay.
Surrounded by Detroit, almost like West University places, like surrounded by. So there's a city called Highland Park that is surrounded by Detroit. Okay, Detroit is black.
Okay.
And like we have a HISD takeover. People lost their minds over that, and rightfully so. Well, they took over the city. They knocked the mayor out of Detroit, and they did the same thing for Highland Park. And so Highland Park approved putting streetlights that were gonna like save money because they were gonna be LED and they were gonna be solar. They were gonna be solar.
Good idea.
So they approved it. They put these things in, and do you know these people wouldn't pay the company for the lights?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's kind of unheard of. It's a municipal government, so you just think like you have to be paid, right? Not only did they not pay, the company went back and pulled up the lights.
I mean,
I could understand.
I respect the
And
energy.
on the news,
Rent-A-Center will do it.
Rent-A-Center will do it. And that was their explanation. The CEO was on, and you can Google this. He was like, "This is so egregious. It actually would have been cheaper to just let them have it." But we have a point to make. That you just can't do that.
Yeah.
Right. So a little bit about streetlights. Why won't Rodney Ellis do this? It seems like, and can you turn me down a little bit in the ears? I'm not trying to be like one of those people. It's just really loud. Can you turn my headphones down? It's like you're yelling. Well, you can turn it up a little more. Wasn't that Aaliyah? Aaliyah did that. What song was it? I'm writing you a
4-page love letter.
There you go.
All right.
But yeah, why won't Rodney do what is it?
I don't know, but it's like all the steps that's leading up to being able to talk at the table. We invited him to numerous meetings, and I thought at one point he was going to come. We had some traction. So one of his staff members called
Which
me.
one?
Staff members?
Yeah.
I don't know the name at this particular time, but everything I'm talking about is emailed. I have email receipts.
Okay.
So what happened was
I was just curious.
They were saying, well, hey, we need a biography of one of your board members before you can come and speak to him. And I was like, a biography? What do you mean? I'm a biography. And at that point, I got a little elevated. I was like, he's a tax-paying citizen.
Right.
Yeah.
He votes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ask voters when there's a rally? Oh, you can't walk through the door unless I get your bio.
Interesting story here. Story time. Y'all gather around.
All right,
so,
come on.
Years ago, I used to work for an organization called Texas Organizing Project. See, I'm about to get in trouble, but I don't care.
You are. You really are.
So I used to work for Texas Organizing Project, and then I stopped working for them. I started doing other stuff. And so Jenny Goldman was still the executive director at the time, and they were at that office over on Caroline. And so the stuff around Black Lives Matter and criminal justice reform was really picking up.
Right to justice.
And actually it was right before I think they were trying to build something like Right to Justice. And that became Right to Justice. But before then, this had to be like, because I was still living in Houston. This before Seattle. So I get invited over to meet with her, and she was going to see if she could find some resources for us. So we're having this meeting in her office. The meeting lasted a little long, and she was like, no, but I want to finish this. She's like, I got a call that I have to hop on. But after that, we can finish this. And the call was going to be like an hour. So I was like, cool. We could just stay here. If you have an extra laptop, and I can like work on some stuff while you're doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So she tells whoever, go find him a laptop. So she gives me a laptop, right? And I go, you know how you're like an autopilot, you're just like click, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I open Chrome and I go to Gmail and I'm doing a search for a term in the inbox so I could find the email thread that I needed. And then I realize I'm not logged into my email. I'm logged into
Jenny.
Tarsha Jackson's
Oh
email.
my God.
Oh,
Now.
My God.
Now, so I'm like, okay, I'm logged in. Oops. But why is my name here?
Oh my God.
Why is my name here? And so
Oh, man.
now I'm like, well, let's do a search for Darrell. And now, and for the record, Tarsha was neither like against or for me, right? She didn't say like F that in, right?
No.
None of that,
No.
right? But what it was a staffer from Rodney Ellis's office, because at the time there was the Sandra Bland stuff that was popping up.
Yeah.
And if you remember,
Mhm.
you saw this handsome face
Yep.
all over your screen. They
Yep.
needed a black to like, oh
Yep.
look, they're the people for the thing.
Token.
Yeah, they're the token. And so I got hot, fiery hot, and I was there with Shakira, and I was just like, ain't this some shit, right? So I was so angry, I had to leave. I was like, now I turned 40 this year. I turned 40 in September this year.
All right, all
I have learned how to turn on my cooler a little bit.
Nice.
A little wide.
It's a skill.
I still got spice.
It's a skill.
I'll still hit you,
Oh, wait.
right?
Wait a minute.
But from afar.
Yeah.
And you won't even know that it came from me. That's the way I do it nowadays,
You're
right?
right.
As you should.
A little wise.
Right.
Someone did.
So I leave and I send this long just letter, like email, directly to Rodney Ellis, and I CC'd everybody else. And I was like, this is what's wrong with what we have going on. Right now, the email said that so they were reaching out, I guess, to Ellis's office about paying for some buses to take some people from Houston to Waller County. Right. And the response was, well, if Darrell is involved,
Oh, no.
there's
Oh.
issues between the leadership at blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
And I just thought to myself, I lost a lot of respect.
yeah.
I lost a lot of respect. Now, I understand it. I don't agree with it. But that is to say, you're losing your grip, playa.
I mean, especially over something as necessary as street lights. You can't have safe communities without visibility.
Right.
Seriously.
And at a certain point, you have to have a conversation to honor the people who held you to account in the first place.
Right.
Absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
I guess for me, with the slap in the face when I bought signs, and
You and Travis will get some signs. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out because you had it for the Sunnyside multi-service
That's
center.
right.
Let me find out who your sign person is.
Travis is gonna get some signs one way or another.
So yeah, I got the signs after all this. No, we can't do it. And then I was driving down the street. I was going down Scott, past Amita Genoa, and I looked to the left, and I saw the Taj Mahal building that Rodney Ellis is paying for.
Yeah.
An
Oh, wow.
They
observation.
call it a glass something. A
observation
glass
center,
museum.
something. Yeah, it's something like that. But
That's nice.
but he put in right next door to an existing park, to Cloverland Park.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
And he put in $18.8 million. And I was like, boy, this place is beautiful. It has lights. We want some lights.
Right.
It has 2 sets of sidewalks.
Yes.
We have no sidewalk.
Mm.
So at that point, the theme has been we need safety over beautification.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's it.
Solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, tell people how they can get in touch with you
Hey, I'm gonna
and how
give
they can help out.
my cell number. It's 832-541-5962. You call me at any time. Send me a text message first so I can kind of read and so I know what's going on.
There you go.
All right.
Now, how you can help is Rodney Ellis. Call this number on the screen, 713-755.
I'll hold it up for the people
All
so
right.
they can see it.
There we go.
6111.
6111.
6111.
Once again, 713-755-6111.
Turn on the lights of Southside Ellis. Shine.
And what was pretty nice,
on
just we've had news coverage and we had a march this past weekend.
In here, don't you?
Oh yeah. We had a march this past weekend, Sunday night.
The street light.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
We had a march. Anise Parker came out, Melody Miles came out, and they.
Who are you supporting in that race, by the way? Have you made a choice?
I made a choice.
In the JP7 race?
I made a
I
choice.
like to put people on the spot.
So everybody marched with us. We had a pretty good crowd. About 50 people came out.
Okay.
But when you walk down the street,
Yeah.
we had the constables in front and the back. We're like, you don't realize how dark it is
Until you go out there.
until you go out there.
Well, I want to go out there. I'm gonna come out there and shoot some footage. And thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And we're gonna bring Rain.
Rain first.
Rain will take you'll take the seat.
All right.
And yes, y'all 713-755-6111.
And ask them where the lights at.
Where the lights
at?
Where are the lights? I
Yes.
had a song.
What's that?
What is it? This little light of mine. Rodney won't let it shine. This little light of mine. Rodney won't let it shine. This little light of mine. Rodney won't let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
All right. Uncle Rodney, you know you got it. You know you got the money. Give him some lights.
Because I'm not going away.
There you go. There you go.
That's the part.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little switcheroo here. Very important that we focus on things like this. If it weren't for Tahir and company, I wouldn't know that this was going on, and I'm pretty sure you didn't know either. Tahir, I mean, you're just always so fashionably dressed. You're always just so fashionably dressed.
My goodness.
So, folks, to my right, your left, she kind of buried the lead because she can't introduce herself already. She's a nonprofit founder. She's a former City Hall staffer. She's a former congressional candidate. I won't let her leave it alone. You know, we were at this thing on Sunday, and I introduced her that way, and she was like, "Why would you say that?" Because it's true. Because it's true. You ran for Congress, and that is not something that a lot of people can say. She is one of the purest souls that you will ever meet. She also can blow.
Okay, so you just putting my whole business.
That's
on
what
Front
happens when you
Street.
sit there.
That's
you
what
sit
happens.
there, you get
Okay.
it all. We were having karaoke at the Black House, okay? And I can, with one AirPod in, let me tell you something. I can hold a note. But we're just passing this around and we give it to her. I don't remember what song it was. It had to be Jill Scott, The Way. I think that's my favorite Jill Scott
It
song.
might have been.
And she just, we were stunned. And I was like, how do we not know this? She's a classically trained pianist. She's a former educator.
All of the business.
To my right,
I need lessons.
your left, the one and only Rain Eatman. Welcome to the big chair at the Black House.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Why do you always do that?
Because
Like,
I'm
my
just so
whole
proud of
resume
you.
just-
You got to get used to it. You have to get used to it.
It's your
You
flowers.
just let your cheeks burn. Let your cheeks burn. Let me say something. Anytime my mom is a couple of aunties, I just know they about to light me up. They're gonna light me up.
Oh my god.
So-
So, but thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I have to say, as your friend, I am always blown away by how many leaps and strides you make. I mean, just from this podcast to everything you do with Houston Justice, Douglas Motors, all of your many ventures, and just your ability to organize not just on the grassroots but grass tops level.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can't get over how us meeting was literally just through happenstance.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm always so proud and just like, hey, that's my friend. That's actually, I know people.
Yes, absolutely. And you're very well connected. A lot of people know and respect you. A lot of people know and respect you. You're the Rain Eatman, you know. And how did you get started with all of this? Where did all this come from?
Honestly, so I have to tell this story completely because since I ran for Congress, a lot of my business is out there.
Mhm.
I'm actually a native of Trinity Gardens.
Oh,
Hey, see? Yep.
Okay.
So my family is originally from Northeast Houston. So it's Cashmere Gardens, Trinity Gardens, Fifth Ward, small pockets of Homestead, like where Symphonia Thompson's office is.
Mhm.
Almost all of my family live on that block or has lived on that block in some form or fashion. And so my mother and I, we ended up moving to Acres Homes around the time I was like 7 years old. And I've been there ever since. My family was really invested in me. I was the only girl on my mom and my dad's side for like 10 years at one point. And they wanted the absolute best for me. So as soon as they saw me play chopsticks, they were like, let's go all in. So my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad, all of my aunties, they would, you know, pour into me. And I was also the daughter of a soon to be preacher with my mom. She hadn't answered her calling at that point in our life when we moved to Acres Homes, but it was on her.
What? I did not know that.
We are both low key, so if I gotta get it, she gotta get it too.
You know, because, and I'll say this, because you have this certain gift when you switched gears.
Yeah,
I bet your mama can pray.
oh my God, prayer warrior, like oiled houses to the nine. Like ain't nothing getting in and out of that house. It's a sanctuary. But to that point, because we were always the first person to get there, last people to leave in church and things of that nature, I've grown up with a great understanding of my privilege. Even living in Acres Homes, I understood that I was privileged because I had a village that was willing to like pour into me. And I could see easily, because where I lived, I was up the street from the Northwest Dispatch Station. So sirens every night, right? Especially during the height of the time where there was like a serial killer on the loose in Acres Homes. So sirens every night. And I understood that I had a sense of privilege. I had a point of privilege to have such a village that was willing to pour into me. And I grew up with this overwhelming urge and desire to just pour back. And I can distinctly remember, like at 13 years old, I said, so long as I'm in Acres Homes, there shouldn't be a single kid in this neighborhood who can't get piano lessons because they can't go outside the neighborhood.
Okay.
Like, and so that's where it really started, because once I graduated from high school and started going to college, I started giving piano lessons with my very first business, Musically Inclined. And the average piano lesson back then at base level started at $60 because you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for materials, things of that nature. I gave mine away for like $35 to $45 because I wanted it to be accessible. I knew I needed to make money, but I wanted it to be accessible. And for the 10 years that I do that, mind you, I'm still going to school at TSU. I'm going to so I'm going to school at TSU. I'm finishing up my degree there. I'm substituting with HISD, and I'm hearing the same thing over and over again with every summer camp I do, every class I provide. I ain't got time to worry about piano lessons if my kid is fighting every day at school. I ain't got time to worry about piano lessons if I still need to make sure I can afford to wash clothes. I can't worry about, so it was hard for me to accept, but piano wasn't a priority. Music wasn't a priority. And I had to really check my privilege in that instance to say, okay, so what is the priority? And so around the time I checked that privilege was the exact same time the Complete Communities Initiative was starting to come into fruition. And so I kind of moonlit as the super volunteer and just went to every single action planning meeting, every single initiative, because I needed to know what is keeping people from getting access to the arts, what is keeping people from having the freedom to just live the life that they wanted to live. How can I help? The most dangerous words. If you are a young person listening to this, and if you are a young person listening to this and you have a heart as big as the ocean, please do not just go into a room and say, I just want to help. That is the quickest way you will get burned out, because everybody will see your passion, and everything is important to everyone. You need to set your boundaries of what is important to you and let that guide you. Don't just put your hands to everything. That aside, because that's in the heart. But we're doing the Complete Communities thing, and then around the same time, I captured the eye of State Representative Jarvis Johnson because I go on to host something called the Garden City Music Festival, which was supposed to be an artist incubator type festival for independent musicians, specifically for Acres Homes, giving them information on how to run themselves as a business, how to research A&R, how to find companies, things of that nature. Representative Johnson was so impressed by my ability to put that on that he was strongly considering bringing me onto his team. But in that same vein, we were also fighting about a concrete batch plant that was literally being built right next door to somebody's house. Like, let's paint the picture.
Wow.
If the property line of the neighbor is here, the batch plant is right here. And the park that had been there for decades is where this door is. And TCEQ greenlit it because they did all of their self-checking, their studies to show that it was okay. Representative Johnson, there was a lot of community-led conversation, but I can remember that night like it was yesterday. I had a really hard day subbing. I don't know which high school I was at, but those kids gave me a run for my money. I hadn't gone through my lock journey yet. I was still natural, but I wasn't loving myself that day. So when I said I had the struggle fro,
like the babies.
Oh my God, it was strong with me that day. And so I had the Mavis going on. The kids were like getting on my case. And I heard from a neighbor that there was a town hall meeting about the batch plant. And I'm going to wrap it up here because that one moment catalyzed everything that you've seen since you met me. Wow. When I went to that meeting, I gave Representative Johnson the business. I was yelling, I was pointing, I was making sure everybody got in the line to say something because it made no sense that they were getting ready to get away with it. And after everything was said and done, I sat in my car and that was the most depressed I had ever felt because I did everything I was told to do. I went to the meetings, I spoke up, I engaged with my elected official, and there was no evidence that anything was going to change. And I had to ask this question because, mind you, I'm substituting, I'm wrapping up my degree. I just put on this massive music festival that came out of me and Landon's own personal account. The Musically Inclined Initiative didn't have money to do it.
Did you end up in the black or in the red?
Oh, we were, by the grace of God, in the zero. In the goose head. By the grace of God, we ended up getting
breaking even.
Like we got donations towards the tail end to kind of cover our losses, but we were we came into agreement that this was our seed into the community. And so that meeting really made me ask one simple question. There's gotta be a better way to make change. There's gotta be a better way of doing this. And that one singular question made me so obsessed with finding that answer that it kept me in front of Representative Jarvis Johnson long enough to get hired on into his office to be a special events coordinator. 2020 happened. We're not going to talk about that.
Wait, was it right before 2020?
No, it was like I got into his office right before 2020, and then 2020 happened, and the fallout.
Yeah,
but
I wasn't going to talk about it.
No, absolutely not. But that's why we're going to leave it at 2020 happened. And then you, being the amazing friend that you were, you mentored me, kind of showed me the ropes, and that's when you started throwing me in front of the TV and making me talk on behalf of Houston Justice.
It
was like, like I had no skills up until that point, but he was just like, no, you got it, you good. Every time. And then he was the main reason that I actually connected with Councilmember Tarsha Jackson. So it was after,
I remember that day. I remember sitting there at Culture. So we were doing a PSA, and Marcus Davis, who owns the Breakfast Club and he owns Culture, we were like, hey, can we use one of your spaces? And he was like, sure. And so Tarsha Jackson was going to be one of the people in it, and you were too. And I saw y'all over there talking, and I was like, she finna snap her up. She finna snap her, but also, and that's good for her. That would be good.
And when I tell you the layup you gave was nothing but just butter, because I ended up working in her campaign for the rest of the year for her runoff, only to then be brought onto her team as a director of constituent services for District B. So mind you, music degree. Taught babies.
But being obedient. And you touched on a couple of different things. that Garden City Music
Festival.
Festival, you and Landon putting up your money to start this thing, people don't understand that you have to do a down payment
Yeah.
on like your future.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, it may be quitting a job. For some people, it may be moving to a different city.
Mm-hmm.
But the next version of you will require some big down payment,
Mm-hmm.
some big bet on yourself to show that you're really serious about it.
Absolutely.
In some kind of way, when you make that big bet, some kind of way, the planets align,
Mhm.
God looks down on you and shows you that it will work. Sometimes it doesn't work the way that you thought that it would, but it works out the way that it should have. So if you're sitting at home right now and you're watching and you're like, where does this go? Just be obedient.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
obedient. Another thing that you touched on that I found, really cool, having boundaries.
Mm.
Because I'm finally getting to the point now. I'm 39, I'll be 40 in September. And I'm going to say this every episode.
Please do.
I'm going to say it every episode.
Please do.
And just wait till I
Brag.
turn 40, right? But what's interesting is, a lot of people met me probably around 23, 24.
Mhm.
They met me 10 plus years ago. And they still like that version of Darrell.
Oh yeah.
That they could call.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. I was never cutting anybody's grass. I
But
was
you were
never
willing to
cleaning
do anything.
any attic. But I was,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I was like always accessible.
You were eager.
And I was eager, and I would go to every function. I would go to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to come to the realization that like, oh, the next version of you can't do all of it.
Right. Right.
And you can do whatever you want to do. So then it became like somebody would invite me to like a pool party.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, okay, what time? I'm gonna fit it. And then it became, I don't like the pool. I don't know how to swim.
Not the pool.
And I don't like being in the heat. And you know what?
Sweat.
You know what? I don't even like this person.
That's
XXX.
ooh.
Sorry, can't make it. Boom.
Mm-mm. And it's definitely one of those things I'm still struggling with
Mm-hmm.
because once again, my heart is in making sure others are taken care of and uplifted.
But you know what I had to learn? I had to learn that I can't keep tying my younger brother's shoes. Because if I keep doing it, then he will never learn how to
Yeah.
do it. And while I
Yeah.
think I'm helping him, I'm actually hindering him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't keep loaning this relative money,
You cannot.
right? I can't keep bonding my cousin Misha out of jail,
Why the name drop?
right?
Why the name drop?
I've done it before.
It has to be said.
It has to be said.
Jesus
Right?
Christ.
I can't. You get one bond out from me. You get one
My God.
for your household. After that, you're on your own. You're on your own.
Single family home.
But right,
Listen.
per single family.
Listen.
But it's like at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself if, like, imagine this. Imagine God sent this struggle for this person to make them better,
And you become their
and you
Uzziah.
came in and knocked it
Yep.
out of the way.
You become their Uzziah.
Let
and
them be
now
hungry. They need to-
lording over you.
Yes. And so sometimes it's like, you know what? I cannot pay your light bill this month. I cannot.
Mhm.
But you know what I can do? I can pray for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could send you. I'm not going to send you $20 on Cash
Mm-mm.
App. I will send you an Uber Eats order.
Yeah.
I'll send you and them babies some bread and some meat and cheese
Yeah.
and some mayonnaise. Right? Give me an address.
Right.
Spaghetti.
That's good
Spaghetti.
stuff.
Right.
Listen,
There you go. And
spaghetti's
so it's like,
rich.
Yeah.
because you'll end up not being able to fulfill, and it's not for you,
Right.
the thing that you're fulfilling. It's to do way more.
Right.
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 So it's like sometimes you have to disappoint people.
You do. And I think that's something I'm learning even in conversations around how to preserve the community in
Mhm.
Acres Homes, because everybody has a different conversation around how to tackle gentrification, right?
Mhm.
Some people say there should be no new developments whatsoever. Others say you got to get ahead of it
What's
and
your
develop
theory?
yourself. I think that we are too big of a city to not have zoning laws.
Okay. I'll take that too.
I am at that point, and I am a firm believer that a city is only as great as the people who make it.
Mhm.
And if you're not creating spaces for your people to thrive,
Right.
not businesses to
Right.
thrive, then eventually you're going to run out of the capacity needed to build and expand what you want in your city.
Yeah. It feels like we are. You ever been to somebody's house and they don't get the permits for it, but they just start adding
They
to
just
it?
start doing stuff.
They just start adding
They
to
just
it.
start
Next
doing
thing you know,
and
and-
when I
that
say
is-
Acres Homes is the perfect picture of that, because you have like, no, I kid you not, in Acres Homes, the average median income is $40,000, right?
Wow.
Why am I seeing condos and houses for $500,000 next to a torn up shack.
But you know what's funny? Here's why. So I had a friend of a friend that was moving to Houston. Okay. And this friend was like, "Oh, you got to know Darrell. Darrell lives in Houston, blah, blah, blah." So one of the first questions I asked, "Where are you moving?" And they said something River. And I was like, "Oh, I've never heard of that. Like, is that the name of the subdivision or is that?" "No, it's the name of the area of town." And I'm like, "If you're not talking about River Oaks," which I don't think you're moving to River Oaks,
Riverside,
but like
maybe?
Riverside, no, Riverside Terrace, no. So where it's like just on the other side of Edo, like Jensen and over there. Yeah.
Oh,
They have no idea. They have no idea.
What do
And
they
when
call it?
it's River something. Look it up.
It's about to
And
be a
so,
river, all right.
right, it's about to be a river.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? And they were excited and they were like, yeah, and it's
no.
right. It you can stand there and see downtown.
yeah.
You can, and technically you can. But I'm like, oh, there's no development really over on that side. In fact, there was a low income housing property
Mhm.
that was built on like, what is it called? Contaminated land.
Landfill.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. So it's just like, wow, these people don't know any better.
Mhm.
They come here,
Mhm.
they pivot the name just a little bit. So it won't be Acres Homes.
No. It'll be and I'm sorry, I'm with the smoke today. It'll be New Shepherd Heights. It'll be
New
Acres
Shepherd
Heights.
Heights.
It'll be
Acres Heights. Now we see that and we know what this is. It's like, oh, so they done went far enough to the heights to call it Acres Heights.
Yep.
Right.
Like, no,
but you
absolutely
moving
not.
from New Jersey, you moving from California,
and you
clue.
won't
and you have
No
no
idea.
clue. No
and
idea.
that's why we're doing Fofo Day this weekend, because
oh, that is
like unfortunately
your birthday.
hey,
Oh,
we should celebrate with us.
Okay.
But we're doing Fofo Day this weekend because we're slowly coming to the realization that the city doesn't really have any like impetus, and they don't have any motivation to try to create zoning at this time.
Right.
And all of the resources to create like boundaries within the community, like minimum lot size agreements, conservation districts, it's heavy on the residents to do it.
Mhm.
But if you're already time poor
Yeah.
and you don't have that free time to just measure out how
Yeah.
many square feet
yeah.
a lot should be, you are at the whim of whoever has enough money and
Yeah.
enough resources to
To do it.
dictate the perspective of the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Fofo Day is that love letter, not only a love letter to Acres Homes, but it's also using it as a beacon to say you can't just rename the neighborhood just because you done Columbus here.
Columbus.
And
I like
you
that term,
just
Columbus.
Columbus here and said, oh, well, yeah, somebody knocked over the historic sign and ain't nobody put it up yet, so maybe this area isn't claimed. No, it is.
Yeah.
But this is a neighborhood trying to take care of itself like it has been for the last 117 years.
Yeah.
And in celebrations like Fofo Day, even pointing to what they're doing out of Fifth Ward. Fifth Ward just recently had the Lions Avenue Renaissance
That was
Festival.
amazing. Harrison Guy and them. are
Yes,
just doing amazing work over
But
there.
what they're doing is so vital to protecting the culture of Fifth Ward, because in the event, God forbid, anything happens to Fifth Ward CRC, if they're able to keep up the Lions Avenue
Mhm.
Renaissance Festival, you can't mistake the culture
Right.
of Fifth Ward.
Right.
You cannot deny even what Miss Joetta Stevenson is doing
Yeah.
with her annual Christmas tree lighting. You cannot deny the culture that's already here
Right.
if you constantly feed into those celebrations.
Mhm.
The city does have a responsibility to take care of its people, but we already know from history's
Yeah.
past that Black neighborhoods really aren't necessarily a priority.
Yes.
And so we have to shake off the apathy
There you
as
go.
communities and save ourselves.
Carter G. Woodson wrote about that in The Miseducation of the Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rain, for coming.
having me.
I want to figure out how we can do something with Fofo Day. At least come.
Just
Get
come.
a snow cone or a funnel
It's
cake.
free from 1 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
It's acting as a resource fair as well. So we do have some people doing like selling jewelry and things of that nature, but we got MD Anderson there. We got HCC coming as well. We got Carver Kids, Carver High School, the best art school in the city of Houston.
Okay.
At me. We have them doing a rendition of The Wiz. We have children doing their violin recital. Like it's literally a love letter to Acres Homes because it's for us by us, right?
FUBU.
Yes, we got to bring that back in the vernacular.
Yes.
So if you can come out this Saturday, 1 to 6 p.m., it will all be indoors. I know everybody's already looking at the weather. It will all be indoors. It's all free. There will be free swag and door prizes. And there will be, I might be jumping the gun, but let's just say there'll be some really good barbecue there. And if you from the Fofo, you already know where I'm going. Look, you didn't hear from me. I just heard that there's really good barbecue coming that Saturday. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We're going to swap you out with the one and only, the other brother in all black. Yeah, and then you can be right here. Is that cool? Yes, you'll go there. Now, the person that's about to sit to my right is wearing all black like me. all black, you know. Now the other person, adjust your screens, okay? You want to be in Technicolor.
You're welcome.
Or the other way.
You're freaking welcome.
So to my right, your left, very long time friend. We've known each other since 2013. That has been 13 years. I remember the HERO ordinance was being argued.
Yes.
We actually met on the steps. Well, I'd always seen him around. And you know how you don't know somebody, but you know of them. And so no offense, I thought he was like a dumb one from afar.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right? From afar. But then I would later learn, like, oh my gosh, he's one of the most intelligent people that I know. He just knows how to exist in multiple spaces. But I ain't gonna lie, prior to 2013, I used to see you around. I used to put you in that category. I used to put you on that shelf.
One of them. Got it.
At least I'm honest. Yeah, so we've worked together on Houston Justice. If y'all don't see my dog on Instagram anymore, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
That's my baby.
Yes. So listen, I did it for a year. It was a lot. It was, let me tell you, it was one day he went in my book bag and chewed up my MacBook charger. Like,
oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It's like you went in my specifically to do this.
He was doing that.
I was like, your day's a number. Your day's a number. And I was like, he was either gonna go to the lady that would groom him from time to time, and she would keep him too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or to you, because he loved you. And it used to kind of make me feel bad. Because I mean, it's like, damn, I'm clothing and feeding you. And then he comes and it's just like, whoa, wee, you know. So he has Dolce. If you've wondered why it's not on my social media. Ladies and gentlemen, very good friend. To my right, your left, the one and only, Adonis. Welcome to the Black House.
What's up, y'all? This is interesting. Like being on it from this perspective, instead of like sitting there or like talking to you afterwards. Like,
yeah.
So I love it.
Yes.
What's up, y'all?
So Adonis, you are a jack of all trades. One of my favorite things about you, and you have a birthday that's coming up on which day?
Actually, technically the birthday is tomorrow, the 2nd.
Okay.
Same day as Marvin Gaye. My mom would never let me forget it.
Oh my goodness.
And Young Ja too. Quavo.
Really?
I know, he's that crazy.
April 2nd. Okay.
So, yeah. Aries. Shout out to all my Aries out there.
Shout out to all the Aries. Yeah. And another thing about Adonis can throw down in the kitchen.
I do okay. I think.
No, he does amazing. He does amazing. And so so what does it feel like getting another year?
You know what? Honestly,
pull it a little closer.
All right. Honestly, it's this closer.
Yeah, that's
all
good.
Right. It's kind of like what you were speaking about in regards to, and even you like saying you're close to 40. Like I'm closer to 40 than 20, but not just there yet. But it feels amazing. Honestly, like the last 2 years, a year and a half, me losing my grandmother, me losing my favorite uncle, like due to DUI, man, I'm just living life.
Absolutely.
Like loving spending time with my grandparents that are still here. Just all the little things that used to annoy me when I was in my 20s. Like, hey, I gotta hang out with my people. I gotta go to the club. I gotta do this. All of that is important to me. I have now became that uncle. figure in my family.
I get insulted when people invite me to things. I'm like, go where? Do what?
What time?
What time? Leave?
Yeah.
No. Why would I want to do that? Yeah.
No, listen, once I'm in the house, I'm in the house. I'm not leaving.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
at
wrap.
that
I'm
age. I'm at
done.
that age.
I'm complete. Yeah.
Oh, when I had to tie the do-rag up and all that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
To my far left, y'all's right, I met this gentleman in 2010, 11. I had just got a job working for State Representative Dr. Alma Allen at the state capitol. And it's interesting because did y'all know that she was Rodney Ellis's third grade teacher? And that nigga's 100. So, and they have the same birthday. They have the same birthday. She just retired. Hint, hint. She just retired, and there's some other people that should do the same.
Yeah,
But no, and so I met Jeremy Till, the one and only. Right?
I'm here.
He didn't have that gray in his beard
I
back
did not.
then.
I surely did
He
not.
didn't. He did not have the gray in the
It
beard. It
was
was
all
all
black.
black. It was all black. And let me tell you, Lee, who's my barber, who was sitting there the other week,
Yeah.
let me tell you, he got this spray that he could.
Oh yeah,
Look
Lee'll
like
hook
this.
you up. Lee
I
Lee
could.
hook
Yeah,
you
I
up.
could.
And I tell him every week.
Oh,
every
I would
let me
be
tell you,
dripping
every
if I took
week.
that on me.
No, 1 week I was.
Yeah, I would be
1
dripping.
week because he was like 1 week. He was like, okay. So my previous barber would actually dye it, and that's when y'all
Yeah.
really didn't know. Y'all really didn't know because it was like a natural. It wasn't like just for men. It was a dye.
You know, just from the
And it had natural like highlights and stuff in it, and nobody knew. Well, I stopped using that barber, and then when I went to him, he would spray it on, but it was like shoe polish.
Yeah.
I was doing the Jermaine Jackson,
not the
right?
lacquer.
So I would always tell him afterwards. He would bring them in, and I'd be like, "Can we take it down a little bit? Can we knock it down a little bit?"
Yeah.
So one time, Jeremy, he was like, "I'm gonna mix it with water."
Okay.
When I tell you, I had dye on everything.
It gets on
And at one
everything.
point, I would do this, and it was on my hand. I just snapped a picture and sent it to him. I was like, "Look," because
It's
it was
very
it
the
was
real, though. That is very
everywhere.
the real.
Yeah, I was like, very real. I'm like,
It's all if you're gonna do it, do it.
do it right. And so ever since then, he's been doing it right. But you're rocking it great. I will say,
Both of y'all are rocking.
no,
it.
I love.
I'll
mine.
say Tahir, because see Tahir. How old are you, Tahir?
I am 48.
48.
Okay.
So when is your birthday?
June 22nd.
Okay, so you're about to be 49.
Yes, sir.
So here's what's cool. And if you're like, there's always people that are 10 years ahead of me ish that make me say, "Oh shit, that's cool. I ain't got nothing to worry about it." You one of them people.
No, you definitely get like
Travis
that
with a
cool-
Ralph Lauren polo. I don't know if that nigga got a deal, if he got a coupon
because I'm
code.
38.
Well,
So
you're 30.
yeah,
There you go.
he's mine, and I embraced mine. I would say maybe like 5 years ago or so. I just
There we
gave it
go.
up. It's
I
like, you
love
know
it.
what? What's the point?
Yeah.
Like
Rock
honestly, what happens was when the chest hair went. I was like, okay, it's
Okay, so you like,
yeah, like 'cause once
the
you're
jig
wearing,
is up.
yeah, when
The
you're wearing
jig is
this,
up.
and it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, seriously,
Yeah. Because then
how
you
is
can't
your
do that
chest
too.
white, and
You
then your
can't
body
do
is
that
black. Girl,
too. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna let it go. Y'all just gotta give me a little more time. Just a little more time. At least for the podcast. I'll do it.
it's yours.
No,
Do what
you just
want.
don't. You just listen. We
We love to see it.
Well, at least yours is blue. My under here is white as hell. This part is blackish, but under this, yeah,
it gets to be great.
I don't know what. It's crazy.
Yeah, but getting older. Like I used to hear people say it all the time. I used to hear people say, "Oh, I wouldn't dare." And I used to be at 22. I was like, "Yeah, no, you would. You
Yeah.
you'd come back here." But no, now at 39, I'm like, no, I'm exhausted by
No,
just some of the
seriously.
things. I go places, it's loud, the music is all
Oh, I do
loud.
that. a lot.
Like, can they
I'm
turn it
exhausted.
down?
I have got to that age to where
Yeah.
if it's too loud in the stuff, say, "Hey, can you turn it down?"
Yeah.
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 And I need to leave. I've left several functions, and Darrell has
Yeah.
told me in the
Yes.
where I
Yes.
have to kind of recalibrate
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's too much going
And I
on.
remember laughing at those people being younger or being like, "Bro, I'm never gonna get to that point."
Yeah. No,
Like, what you
do.
mean? I get so upset now. Now I don't go clubbing often, but when I have to for a work function or
Right.
community event, I'm there. I hate that these youngsters will stand in a couch at the club. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. They stand in the couch.
Like, get your feet off.
Oh, and Aljanita, look,
Yeah.
man, Aljanita's on here. East River is Fifth Ward across from what was the bottom.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
The
East
bottom.
River.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
this person is just like, and I'm like, And you paid what? Like, I'm trying to imagine where they would possibly be building. And they are. My mom says, "Hey, Adonis,
Hey,
and
Mom
happy
Cheryl.
birthday."
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I love Mama
See, I wouldn't have
Cheryl.
cussed if I would have known they were. My auntie in here. My
Oh,
mom
ain't
in
telling you
here,
that too?
and, my aunt Aljanita.
Oh, hi,
Aljanita Scott
Aljanita.
Davis. You know, that's my aunt.
Really?
Yeah. That's my grandmother's sister.
Never knew.
Never knew, yeah.
Such a small world.
It is a small world. But
right.
They were sisters. They were sisters. I
They
love
went to
that.
school together.
I love that so
Went
much.
there, right.
I love
Oh
that
my
so
They
goodness.
get you now. Do y'all find yourself doing that amongst your
Nope.
family members? With your younger ones? So
I'm really bad. Like, I'm getting to the point now to where I don't know whose child is whose, right?
yeah.
Oh, I do
I'm
ask
like-
who you belong to.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
is
was
that-
like, now who do you belong to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Which one? Which?
I'll say the barbershop has gotten really bad. So that's why I have my barber to come to my house. Because then I could be on a Zoom meeting, I could be doing other stuff. But to sit in the barbershop with the humana, right?
Yeah.
On the, and I'm just like, wow, this is exhausting me. Or the conversations. You ever hear the out loud, like real life conversations?
Well,
I
it's
don't
the
even-
first time they've had a
Somebody-
conversation in a week.
That's what it is.
Love them, but
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's what
I'm
it is.
just-
It's the first time I get to have like an audience,
Yeah.
and someone that's not.
But
their
some of the
best friend.
conversations that they have, it just
It's
and when
iconic.
they ask you to put in, it's like
I
and you don't
can't.
want to be that guy. But
Listen,
like
you don't want to hear my
this
opinion,
is not
baby.
real. Please, y'all got
I just
it.
want to pay
Y'all
my
got
money
it.
and get on out
Yeah.
of here.
The
Yeah.
world is flat. You got it. I'm not
Yeah.
doing
It's
this
yours.
with you. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it with you.
I cannot. So what are you up to these days, Jeremy? You're a jack of all trades
Yes.
as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
I love watching your clips. And I don't know how you do the zoom in, zoom out thing. You can zoom in, zoom out.
It's a part of the trades.
And then it's very much like conversational.
Yeah.
It feels like you're sitting in his living room and he's like, let me tell you about this.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I've always struggled with is being embarrassed about having ADHD, like having a lot of thoughts at a lot of times, but always being praised for being entertaining and interesting. But one of the things that helped me was media, photography, videography. I love social media for that reason. I can just scroll through people's thoughts and be done with it. Well, one day I decided to sit down, and people that have been following me for ages know that this isn't new to me. Like I've been giving my opinion for a long time,
Mhm.
but most time it's in person.
Ah.
But now you're in my living room, and it was an accident. I literally was shooting just a random thought video, and I just couldn't stop moving around the room. And when I went back to edit it, I was like, how funny would it be if I just moved? Like if I just
Yeah.
happened to be in different
Yeah.
places, and that video went viral, like
Wow.
big viral. And I was like, well, shit, this is what
That's your
this is
thing.
what I
It's
teach my
genius.
clients. If
Yeah.
you find a lick, stick with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I just stuck with the format, and I don't have a lack of things to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like that's really what it was. It's like I'm being praised again for being entertaining. I'm
being
using the
yourself.
gift for the
Yes.
thing that I've been penalized for.
Can we talk
And having fun with
it.
Never mind.
Can we talk about what?
Can we talk about ADHD?
I was gonna go there.
neurodivergent?
I was gonna go there because I ADHD like out, and I think for me, like I've just figured out little workarounds,
Yeah.
little workarounds. So like I make lists.
Yeah.
I I set timers for different
Yes.
things. So I will work on this for 30 minutes, and then I can free myself.
Mhm.
If I'm laying in bed and I can't go to sleep, or if I can't get my mind off of something, I write it down. My notes in my phone, oh my God, it is insane. And then also, even this right here came about because I wanted to do a podcast, and originally it was going to be like just me and like edited and recorded and all this. But I'm ADHD. I don't like all those steps, and I'm a Virgo, so like the people didn't edit it right.
Yep.
You
The
know,
detail,
so I was like,
yeah.
now I'm sitting up here editing, and I gotta. So now I just do like when I like, and I'm not held by anybody's. Like last week, I wasn't here. I was in where was that? Atlanta. I was in Atlanta. Jill Scott, Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Hello to all of
John
you.
Legend.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you for
them.
watching.
But yeah, tell me about your do you have workarounds for your ADHD?
Oh Lord, yes. So I do take the
Ritalin?
no,
I'm
God.
kidding.
But listen, here's the thing. I started on Ritalin at the age of 8. Real quick short story. Back then in the 90s, they would test you without your parents' consent.
Mhm.
And that's how I found out. My mom just came to school one day. Mind you, I was smart as hell, always in trouble. Conduct, always in trouble, right?
You're bored.
Because I'm finishing the work. Like, what the? So anyway, when you finishing, it's like, hey, let me help you. Let me entertain the class. Going back to it. Yeah. So my mom came to pick me up one day. It's back when she was at home. She's married to a good Nigerian man. She was doing what she was doing. Right. But she coming up to the school. My mom's from South Dallas, Oak Cliff.
Shout out.
So my mom has a certain temperament of those women there. So she coming up there and she looking mad. She looking at me. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I haven't even done nothing yet. Like for them to call you. So why are you here? So she picks me up. I'm in the car with her and my aunt. She said, they should have asked me. They shouldn't have tested him. Nothing's wrong with him. Look at him. He just need his ass whooped. Stuff like that, right?
That's a familiar phrase.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But when I got on Ritalin, it's like, oh my God, this is what this feels like to focus.
This is what everyone else be going
through.
Wow.
But at the same time, this slows down, but then your personality does too.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
where am I at?
Yeah. So I'm definitely a medicated individual. I definitely like that hybrid of the suburban part of me. Yes, I believe my medication, but timers.
Yeah.
There's any given day on my alarm, there's 4. My iPhone, my iPad, the watch, the Alexa in the living room, because I want to make sure I'm always
I had to give up the Apple Watch.
Wow.
Because first of all,
I love it now.
Because a gentleman should wear a nice watch.
Oh, thank you.
The gentleman should wear a nice watch, you know.
Absolutely.
But also, like, you know, I mean, this one here is a skeleton. I would take it off and bring it over there for y'all to see.
No.
But the distractions.
Yes.
All of the notifications, because you don't realize it, but when you're focused or you're doing something and then bing, you get a text. Bing, notification. Bing, Uber Eats telling me I can get 30% off this place that I was ordering from. Like, it's just, it becomes too much. And so then it became like, let's just not do that. I don't need to be notified. I don't even reply to text all day. So if you text me during the day, I probably won't text you back, because 9 times out of 10, my phone is in another room. My phone is away. That's smart. That is how I'm able to focus. Yeah. I don't reply to email. I reply to emails between 3 and 5 p.m. So I don't look at emails until 3 p.m. It just makes your life so much easier. I don't, and I have my phone on do not disturb, with the exception of a few, right? Mm-hmm. Anything that is like money or like time sensitive, they have somebody else's number as well. And then I was like, just some of the things that I just do that have like made my life easier. I love to take naps.
Oh yes,
30-minute,
which I hated as a kid, but I love them now.
Right.
If I did 15 minutes and drink either something caffeinated or a Coke right before the nap, straight 15 minutes.
Somebody was saying that on Reddit. Somebody on Reddit was saying, and I keep, what does that look like?
Is that a mosquito bite?
It's a mosquito bite? I mean, that was one hell of a mosquito.
Shout out to ADHD.
Yeah.
Oh right.
But,
or HDMI, as somebody calls
it. They were on Reddit talking about the fact, it was in the ADHD thread, and they were like, well, what happens if coffee actually calms me down?
You have ADHD.
Really?
It does. It calms me down.
Yeah.
Coffee calm.
Yeah, it doesn't go up, it goes down. I go to sleep after coffee.
It depends.
And that's, maybe I should try it. But see, for me, I can't in the morning. And yes, by the way, what is your coffee order? Mine is, I go to Starbucks. Hey, hate me. Hate me. I know. But if you can find me a black owned place that can do a good nitro cold brew.
You got me introduced to the HEB.
The
brew.
And they don't even make them anymore. Well, they don't even sell them.
Different.
They in a different.
I think they have like the big one now.
Okay, see, I'll do that.
So
I'll do that.
Beer?
Yeah.
Wait, beer.
Oh no, it's a nitrogen infused
cold
coffee. But what's cool with it? It's got a high caffeine content, and the nitrogen, like, you know, the way carbonated drinks are fizzy, it's smooth. It's like a frothy, and so it tastes like it has cream in it, but it doesn't.
It's like, it's less acidic.
Yeah, it's less acidic. It's smoother, and I mean, I like the other morning, because you know they like $6 and something, and when you add that up, you know,
well, they're labor intensive.
Yeah, and then you watch the person, and I'm the type, I'll send it back if I don't see that Cascade.
It's like they are.
But that is him. But I'm like,
do it again. But no, it actually tastes good. And the one that they would have at HEB, when you open it, they have a little nitrogen cartridge or packet in the thing that would release when you opened it.
Yeah,
really.
And that's how they get
this is strictly for adults. Kids, don't try this at home, please.
It'll change your life. But for me, because you ever had those mornings where you're like, like I need a pick me up. You know what I mean? I just, and then
every morning
it's like Popeye spinach.
Is no one else just motivated by getting it done?
No.
Like I am incredibly motivated by just getting it done.
Getting things done.
Hear me out, y'all. Okay. And you know what? Finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
Because this is really important to me. For the ADHDers who are like kind of killing it, hi, that's us. Getting that list done is my motivation.
It does feel
treat
good.
At the end of that list is so gosh darn good. And because I give myself a treat. It's something like, oh, you can have half the peach clopper tonight if you want. It's, oh, you know what? You can go to the movies and get a whole big old popcorn if you want. And it sounds odd to some people, but that is my treat.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What happens when the list develops more bullet points? Is that
then you got to start crossing stuff off.
That's when you start giving your list priorities. And that is a course you can take, and I'm happy to teach it to you.
Yes.
I'm happy to teach it.
Or ChatGPT.
It's like I'm happy to give that.
I do voice memos because ChatGPT.
What is the name of yours?
Chatisha.
Kyle.
Mine is Theo, but I use Google Gemini because I'm woke.
She's a black woman. I call her Chatisha. She has the black woman voice.
Okay.
Right. And she's ethnic now. So she'd be like, so boom. And I'm like, all right now.
All right, boom.
Right.
All right now, boom.
How familiar they get sometimes.
They do. It's like you're close to the line. I just want to let you know. Yeah. But then I have Claude. I love Claude. And Claude is a British man. And depending on what I want, I go to either one. But I was asking Chatisha the other day, I was like, I have to do this, I have to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Like I put it all in there. And then she was like, she helped me prioritize. She asked a couple of questions. And then it was like, this thing right here doesn't even really matter. This doesn't connect to anything. And it's like,
some things don't get you to your end goal.
Right.
Some things are just things to do. And that's fine. You just have you've got to be incredibly honest with yourself in the middle of it. And it's like, listen here, Jeremy. Well, I'm saying it to myself. I'm talking to me. And it's like, listen here, Jeremy. You know, you only got 2 good hours in you.
Yeah.
And you know it. Like you can feel it because you're already on that task you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So you got 2 good hours on you, and this man is about to come home, and you're going to be obsessed with him. So what is it that you don't need done
to be done? Well, go ahead.
I'm old school. I hate
list.
I do that too. I have one of those.
I got about 10 of these.
Yeah.
I have to carry them around.
Yeah. But see, the problem is,
so why not electronic though?
I can't do it.
Well, you can't do it in your notebook.
It works.
Okay, I know. So I know some people prefer to write. So
so I do both. Like even with books, I'll buy the audiobook and the physical book. And because with the physical book, you absorb it differently.
Yes.
And then I'm writing a book. So every Friday I have a coaching meeting with Joanna Hunt, who used to have a Sirius XM show with Victoria West. Okay, who's Victoria Osteen, who is Joel Osteen's wife. And so she has a publishing company, Silver Press Publishing. And so we've been working on this for months now. And it's going to be I know it's going to be good because I choked up crying reading an excerpt from one of it. So y'all are in for a treat. But one of the tricks that she taught me and showed me, so I journal now. I have a journal. And I write like parts of my stories. And what I've realized is it slows your brain down because you can only write so fast.
Sure.
Now you can talk faster than you write, and you can think faster than you talk. But when you slow it down, that's when you really see the nuggets. It's like driving past a place or walking by a place. When you walk by, I never knew it was a Chinese restaurant right here.
Right.
Why did they put this over here? So like that's one of the ways that I do it, but I see it as a superpower.
Absolutely. I wouldn't change it. I would not change it.
I absolutely love it.
Years ago, I used to feel, because people say, you just all over the place. But when the shit started growing, I'm like,
Just don't stunt my growth.
Right. And it speaks to the fact that you were able to use that skill.
Yes.
To
do something.
Benefit.
Yeah.
Don't put a ceiling on you.
How many times have we became the go-to people?
Every time.
Like you become the go-to person because you're able to problem solve real quick, extinguish fires real quick.
Enough to see outside the box.
Oh, but when you say no on those boundaries, it's like you never said yes.
Yes. And so that's why I just started saying no sooner, because it's like you're either going to be upset with me 3 months from now
today
or today. So let's just do today.
Yeah, rip the band.
Yeah. And another thing too, so now I work away from home. So I actually go to an office now, and I won't work more than 4 hours. I aim for like 3. You give me a 10 to 1, and I'm going to focus during a 10 to 1. I'm going to make the list of things that I'm going to do from that 10 to 1, right? And then that's it. Unless it's a money call. Like if it's a money call, I'll do it 3 o'clock. I'll do it 6 o'clock, right? But if it's not, then like, no, you gotta wait. And then what that does is that manages people's expectations. It actually adds a layer. It adds a veneer of premium on your attention, because when people know that it's not that available. I remember reaching out to somebody like, oh, when can we connect? And them being like, what are you looking at okay, today is April 1st. What are you looking at the week of the 20th? And I'm like, what could you possibly have? And it's there.
It's June.
It's there.
It's June now, babes.
And to that point, what I started doing was, instead of just being like, let me help from the start, I'm like, hey, once you've done this and this and this,
right, then
let me know and I'll do that.
Or he'll throw it to his brother, and I end up dealing with it.
Let me tell you, we're yin and yang. Our friendship is yin and yang. He knows how to cook, and he's very nice to people. He's very nice, and I can be inadvertently mean. I don't try to be mean.
No, he doesn't.
I really don't try to be mean. But sometimes I'll say something and everybody will wince, and I'll be like, "Ooh, what did I say? What did I do?" But you've always,
we balance each other out. But
let's have something.
Yeah.
And I want to just talk about you journaling and the book thing, and that is how my book came about, and me reflecting.
What's the name of your book?
It's called Unburdened. A visual reflection on Black rest, the importance of Black men finding rest, redefining it for yourself. And it's great. But to that point, and for the people, not just people who have ADHD, but for everyone, sit down and really reflect on what's happened today.
Yes.
Even if it's something as simple as that oatmeal was really good. Goodness, traffic wasn't as crazy. I'm so happy my baby made it home without any problems today. And it sounds crazy, but when I showed that to a friend of mine, my journal, and he's like, Jeremy, you wrote poems. Wow. And I was like, I didn't know I wrote poems. I didn't think of myself no dang on poet. But it's moments like that not just show your different skill set, but these are your strengths.
Yes.
These are your strengths. Yes, it came out of being chaotic and being obsessed with watching my husband sleep. I know that sounds creepy, but I'm not the only person, right? It turns out there are tons of people who watch Black men in states of rest and feel very proud that they got him there.
Absolutely.
Right? Have you ever,
that's all like my fiance.
It's like most people have done this. Most mothers, grandmothers, aunts, cousins, whatever, will feed you a meal and will sit you on that couch and watch you sleep. They won't wake you up.
You look peaceful.
He looks peaceful. Let him sleep.
Let him rest.
Ain't nothing outside that he needs to be at. It's Saturday at 3:00, where he got to be.
Because how satisfying is it to know that the person you care about can be comfortable enough to get rest
seriously,
and you were able to help facilitate.
Right.
Just vulnerable.
So gratifying.
Wow.
Really
vulnerable. So really cool. I wanted to put that in there. To want to plug the book. 2, to make sure that people are hearing.
Now I have to buy the book. I can buy the book.
You can buy the book.
Where can I buy the book?
JeremyATL.com/unburdened.
Wow.
Or just look me up, Jeremy ATL. Child, I will send you the link. Don't worry.
I have it.
We got 60 physical copies in my house. I would love to get you one.
Wow.
I would love that.
I think it's so funny, Jeremy said how you're not a poet.
I'm not.
And you have on a beret.
I know.
And I'm like,
I am giving art. But I would like to let it be known. I'd like to let it be known that I showed up to the pre-production meeting and everyone else has on these wonderful muted tones. And it's just like, I figured I was going to be a camera today, so I be vibrant. Here I go. And now learn so many wonderful things. This is what light is for, honey. You motherfuckers would be in the dark. Okay? They would see me. They would see me.
Where the lights? No, but that is so. So every year I like to go to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Normally I leave the day after Christmas, and ever since 2018, I've done this, and in 2023, in 2022, I did 10 weeks.
Oh, you should.
I left. Remember that?
Yes.
I left. It was a long time. I almost didn't come back. And but here's what I do while I'm there. You know, a lot of people do vision boards. So I have a Google Doc. It's a template. And the first year, it was like, what worked well last year? What are you hoping for this year? Blah, 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 right? And then every year, I add to it. And I answer those same questions. So it's really cool to like plan the year and the next year when you get to look back 5 years and see what you were worried about.
Yes.
What you thought was going to be the big deal.
Yeah.
What you thought was, going to be the great thing. And then it wasn't, right? Who were your friends? Who were you hanging around? What were you doing? It's really fascinating because it's like a palate cleanser. And so I didn't do it last year because I did so much traveling in 2024 for the whole Kamala thing. But this year, gotta do it. But what are some of the I mean, and I think about that because of your book and because of your journaling, but I think, that's really not a thing that we lean into in our culture.
No, because you don't. How do I say this? We're measuring what success is. Okay, I'm definitely generalizing here. So I will say I was measuring what success was in my life based on what success was for others. And what I've been doing what I've been doing for the past, let's just say 15 years professionally, was creating strategic plans for organizations. Why don't I just create my own?
Yeah.
That's what you were doing. What you're doing while making that document is saying, this is what feels good. This is what feels right. And when I come back next year, I can say, all right, it was cool. This works. Now you have a measure.
Yes.
You can then say yes. You can say good or bad. You can say left or right, you know, up or down. So that's really all it is. It's a reflection point for you to have, but you've got to set a goal. If you don't set a goal,
then
you'll never achieve anything. You're just out here flying around, which is fine. Fly, girl.
You
know, fly, but don't come to me at brunch on Sunday talking about nothing happened. Well, you ain't did nothing.
Right. And I'm also not that friend. If you are really going through it, I will naturally try to find the solution.
We will find the problem.
I'll try to find. I'm like, well,
you're there one time event,
right?
Yeah,
one.
But you know, they say that's an issue. That's definitely with a lot of men. We're more like with someone tries. Yeah, we're just trying to fix it. But sometimes they just do want to vent
until
they
learn
call somebody else. Call someone else. Call Adonis. Adonis will let you vent.
Oh Lord,
and he will make you vent because I'm just gonna be like, well. You know,
baby,
oh my God!
I gave you the solution.
I wish we could tell a story. I said, I'm not gonna say that name. I will not.
Go ahead. So, just to give a preface here, so I organized a TEDx event, right? And if you've heard, you know, this that great people on that every on the TED Talk 8, yes, the Meds Talk. Okay, Kendrick. That was a Kendrick verse. That was a Kendrick bar.
Hi, Kendrick.
Look it up. And so I get to choose the venue. I get to choose who's on stage, who's off stage. I get to choose all that, which is like really cool because 5 years ago, this was not on my bingo card. This was not on my bingo card 2 years ago. And so as the first year, we were getting closer to like, we were going to have 16 people on stage. And there were 3 of them that I was like, because we would have coaching calls every week for weeks. And there were several, these 3, 2 of them, well, no, 1 of them I hadn't seen like anything, but there were 2 of them where I did see their practice work. And I was like, that's a recent video. Like that's where they are now. And I was like, I don't think we can put them up. One in particular, and love them to death, but they did fall and hurt their leg. Now, unbeknownst to that person, there was another speaker who also was in a boot. But didn't complain about it and didn't do anything about it. Right? Now, the one with the boot, marvelous. In fact, she had more views than anybody. But this other one, okay, have you ever been at a job and you know you've been effing up? You know you've been
Yeah.
And, you know, when that rubber hits the road, you're thankful for the 3 checks that you got because you ain't been doing shit, right? Hey, we're ahead, right? But when you see HR calling you,
like, it's the time,
and then they say, "Are you free on Friday at 4?"
Well, here we go.
Friday
Right.
4 o'clock. Yeah.
Take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just
Yes.
pre-pack up your-
There you go. Pack up your stuff.
Download your
Go
files,
ahead,
get your
download
contacts
your
out of your
files.
email.
Do it now.
Take some
Shut
toilet
it Saturday.
paper. Clear the
Yeah.
refrigerator.
Take a stapler.
Go ahead, take a stapler or
Get
two.
some
You're
paper.
gonna be good to go. You're gonna be good to go.
Surge protectors on mine.
Yes. So when I called the first 2 people of the 3, they knew what time it was. One of them was like, "Hey man, I know. I've just had a lot going on and blah, blah, blah." And they fought for it. They were like, "Listen,
did.
I'm going to send it. I'm going to this. I'm going to that, blah, blah, blah." Right. Other one, very similar. Then we get to this one. And Adonis is standing right there. We're at the bar in my kitchen. And I'm just making these calls. It's a business thing for me. No emotion. Right. I'll pass it to you.
With a
So,
handoff.
right. Again, never any malicious intent, right? So he's having a conversation. I'll just give you a background. I've been working in nonprofit social services for many years. So culture competency, all of these sensitivity training is, hey, it's on autopilot back here.
Right.
So he's talking to them. And he's basically again saying, hey, you haven't been come to the meetings, hasn't been that. But how is he's disseminated? I can tell the person received it. It is not going well because I can hear them. Then like, oh, well, like that's a way of saying, okay, they want you to inquire. Hey, well, what's been going on?
Right.
He not taking it bait, right? So mind you, they like keep doing these sounds like, oh. Then the rest like, okay. Mike, I'm on the other side of him. They're like, no.
I'm like, what is it? Yeah. I'm just like,
Oh Lord.
And so,
But it worked out well. They got to
it worked out. It worked out. But I will say, they say
I had to call him after the fact.
Yes,
And then
yes.
smooth.
But they say make friends for friendship and only work with the competent.
That's true.
Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who I love to death, but when it comes to, because I'm not this nice guy when it comes to checking stuff off.
Yeah.
There are expectations. There's with the last TEDx, y'all. Let me tell you.
If y'all only know, we have to the next go round. I keep telling you, we have to shoot the behind the scenes footage. That's what's
because
better
it
than
is worthy of a
anything.
reality show. So
When
I can't wait to
you,
apply to this. I'm definitely doing it next
please,
time.
thank
There
you.
were-
I need the help.
there were 2, and I'll say the name. Zakiya
No,
and Patrick.
please.
I said it.
It's done. It's said.
Listen, they don't watch. Zakiya does sometimes, and I love me some Zakiya.
Yeah, I love Zakiya. So sweet.
So Patrick was supposed to work on these slides, right? And so Patrick, ADHD as well.
Shout out
I
to
think here's
ADHD.
the advanced version.
Yeah.
Patrick, whatever ADHD is, I don't think they have a name for his yet. But
ADHD Pro Max.
Pro Max.
Yeah,
Pro Max. It's Pro
So-
Max.
So he sends me this stuff, and I'm very much like, is everything working out? Are we good? And he's like, yeah, everything's fine. They have misspelled San Francisco. There's just a bunch of like little stuff. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give you some QC. Have you ever heard of QC? And he's like, no. And I'm like, it's quality control. Because 4 eyes are better than 2. So you and Zakiya are gonna work on this together, and then boom. The next day I get a call that's like, you sent an email about some slides. What slides are you talking about? And I'm like, the slides that you sent to me. Remember?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. So we get all the way to the day before the event. San Francisco is still misspelled. One of the speakers recognized. Do you know how embarrassing that is for somebody to be right? So the next day, the day of the event, they're loading the slides. San Francisco is misspelled. That was one of the errors. And so I went over to Zakiya. I just put my hand over her keyboard because she was like, I was like, no. You've done enough.
Yeah, you've done plenty.
From this point on, and I told the people, I was like, delete everything that they sent you,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna create some stuff up here. And so, yeah. I mean,
wow.
sometimes you have to,
You do.
but we do have to have the behind the scenes, and we have to have at least 3 or 4 cameras because you don't know where the stuff is gonna hit.
We almost had
What was that security incident?
Yeah, we did.
What was that security?
Oh my god.
Love Miss Charlene too. Charlene to be sitting over there with the
That's
phone.
what listen, the speakers are always great, wonderful. The most entertainment is always behind the backstage.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
It is. It is just crazy. But this has been amazing. This is go
You
ahead.
can promote my podcast.
Please do.
I forgot.
That's right.
Another reason why I'm on here, outside of just talking to you, more of these people. So for a birthday present, a friend and I, we've been talking about doing podcasts. We've been talking about doing it in a barbershop prior to LeBron doing it.
Mhm.
Fast forward, we're doing it now. It's gonna be called That Little Podcast Show. It's gonna premiere. I'll send you the image tonight.
Okay, good.
Bam. It'll be on YouTube. It's basically it's a podcast about nothing, but we discuss everything. Nothing is off topic. You're not beating you over the head with one subject. So it's me, my co-host Wes. Someone's gonna shout him out. Shout out to Wes Fresh Barber.
He does good too. He does really good work.
He does.
If he was closer, I would let him cut my hair.
bam, I'll let him know.
Yeah, if he was closer, but I'm all about convenience. I'm all about
he loves
convenience.
Oh, and we do have great production. Jeremy Till Creative has been helping
He said
us.
Sawyer Yards.
Sawyer Yards, that's still listen. I gotta get on a freeway.
I'm just,
Let me tell you,
He wants them coming to the house.
Yes.
Okay.
or on Alameda. I was at 2020 Cuts right there on Alameda.
Oh, yeah. He's a
What?
he's a
He
public
don't do
barber
black
cheater.
stuff. He
He
do
doesn't.
black.
Oh,
Okay.
listen, they all know they I have a roster. They are all there are 3 people that cut my hair. There are 3. So there's one main one, Lee, who y'all met.
How does that work?
So Lee,
So you gotta have him in
yeah,
rotation.
you gotta have them in rotation.
Barbers can be flaky.
Yeah, and then if you tip well, they just you good.
Yeah.
And I don't mean easy cut. You just go around, But no, so Lee cuts normally. He'll come, but I'm a last minute person. So I have these braids now. They look fresh now. I don't sleep with a do-rag like Adonis. Adonis sleeps with a do-rag
Yeah,
or
I
probably a
got
bun, and he says a do-rag.
Both. I ain't even gonna lie. That's how to do it. Then put the bonnet on. Yeah.
I sleep like this. I put nothing on my head, and I don't like the satin or the silk pillowcases because they say that's better for your skin. That's
And
better
your
for your
hair.
hair. But it's hot.
So you just raw. So you do have cotton pillowcase.
Yeah.
Now that I think
Very,
about it,
very,
man.
very fresh. And I like to be cool. And so, and it did look all right.
Yeah.
Don't it look all
You
right?
look
And this has
good.
been, it's been probably, I would say like a week because it was before I went to Atlanta. And, it's just simpler. So I'm the type, it looks good. And then one day I'm like, oh man, I really got to get my stuff done. Cause it goes like that. If you're not, it's like now buying avocados. You buy them and it's like, oh, this is hard. Oh, this is ripe. The next day they're gone.
It's like leaving in a paper bag on the counter.
You gotta be careful with that too, though,
Really?
because that speeds up the process. So if
See.
you don't catch it,
Then they're gone. Then they're gone. So then that means that I need the braid lady to come to my house. Lauren comes to my house and cuts my split ends, and she brings a bowl and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, up the elevator. I'm telling you, it's a circus over there.
What is the bowl for?
To wash, she brings the bowl to wash my hair
Oh, okay.
because she takes it down. She puts this degreaser stuff in it, and she really, she does her thing.
She do it,
And I could probably go like once a month or every 2 weeks. So I alternate between. But if somebody would come to, because you got the Zooms, you got this, you got that.
It's a lot.
People don't understand like an off-site meeting. And these different grantors, these people with these grants want you to come to a 2-hour meeting, 4-hour
They
meeting.
do to talk about
Like for
Nathan.
what? For what?
That's true.
Can I
That-
send
That's
somebody?
another reason why the 4-hour workday sounds crazy, but I really can only get 4 hours to myself.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
well,
I
because
gotta
here's
be
the
with
thing.
this woman.
This is what I've realized on the days when I'm like, I'm gonna be productive
I'm gonna
today.
do it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it all.
Yeah.
And then them last 2 or 3 hours, you got to throw all that shit away,
absolutely.
right? Because it was not good. It was not your best work. You have to go back. But this has been amazing.
Yes, it
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being patient too. I wasn't here last week. Y'all got to meet Adam. Adam and I are going to do a podcast called The Builder's Table or The Builder's Room. I forget, but it's going to be highlighting because I'm not all about politics. If I got 10 fingers, only one of them is politics. I feel like Alfonso Ribeiro. He's He said he did Carlton so well, he couldn't get another gig.
Typecast.
And that's just all y'all want me to be. You just want me to be an activist, politics. No, I'm a businessman.
That's it.
I'm actually pretty good at it, right? I like to travel.
You love music.
Music.
He loves music.
We're going to start a once a month music thing. Let me tell you something.
What about wine?
Huh?
What about wine?
A sommelier. You know what?
I do like to drink it.
Red.
So the guy,
Cabs, Merlots.
yes,
my favorite.
the guy who used to work at Davis Street, who was the manager, he's no longer the manager. And you know how I found out?
Oh.
I was at Office Depot getting some stuff printed, and he was getting resumes printed. So I looked over and I was like, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm not there anymore. He's so good. And I was like, don't work at another restaurant.
Yeah.
He would do wine things. He's a sommelier at Davis Street, but they never would advertise it. They would never. Now they'll advertise happy hour,
of course,
but they wouldn't really push that, right? And I was like, you should do your own thing. I told him about. I'm an evangelist for school. Okay, school is an online platform where you could do courses. I just did a course last week before last, made $15,000. Okay, for 3 days. Right, hour and a half a day. And I ended up giving them a little more, so it was more like 3 days, 4 hours a day. But I did the same thing last month and the month before that. Right, so like there are a lot of people who have skills that people will pay for. If you are a sommelier, people will pay to hear you talk about wine. People will join a free thing to learn the nuts and bolts. Now, don't give them everything because then they're not going to pay for your wine tasting thing. Right, then you have a wine club where you're going to send a bottle of wine, blah, 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 blah. Then you do a search for local wineries or entry-level wineries, right? You get some kind of a deal with them, get them to send you a dozen or so, try it out and let them know you're not going to put everybody on. You're only going to put the good ones. Then people know to come to you before you do it. I just signed up for a trainer. Yeah, signed up for a personal trainer. I was telling my trainer, he should be on school. He should be on school. He told me about the sandwiches at Central Market.
Shout out to Central Market.
Okay, last week he tells me about it. Wednesday was my first day. I'll take that back. Thursday was my first day, a training of last week. And I was like, what should I eat? And he gave me that little handout. I'm like, no, nigga, literally, what should I point it out? And I'm like, I don't cook, so tell me where to go. And he goes to Central Market and he gets the sandwiches. And he was explaining why that is the easiest like building block thing. That's how I ran into this one. What was it, yesterday?
It was yesterday. No, it was Monday.
Monday. I was there today. I went there today. And I sat right there on the patio. And I was telling him, I was like, imagine if you
God, it was yesterday.
It would see. It is. I was
I feel like I've been alive for way more days than that. See? Okay, keep going. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's like I was telling him, everybody has their own little TikTok thing where they're showing restaurants. Imagine if you were the one that did the healthy ones, and people went to your channel to find out where to eat healthy, not only where but what to order and how to order.
Right,
like those are the little things. Y'all stop going and giving these people your time, your life. You have a life to live, and you should be living it, not trading your time for money. Because then you work, and then you get the time, right? And when you work, you get the money. But do you really enjoy the money? No, because you're so defeated at that job to where now you all on Amazon and stuff, right? Healing your wounds. Yeah. You're all on Uber Eats. Hello, somebody, right? So it's like, no, go and do the thing. You'd be surprised at how successful you can be when you bet on yourself, right? And then I'll say this too. I don't know who said that if you're black, you have to take a vow of poverty to be woke.
That part,
right?
Let's talk about it,
right? Because I'm a member of the Fish Don't Fry in the Kitchen Club, right? And I'm recruiting members.
Is this an altar call?
Yeah, will there be one? Will there be one?
Will you come?
Will you come? There you go.
It's the weekend.
There you go.
Perfect.
And because here's the thing: at the end of the day, so many of us have been indoctrinated to think that there's a ceiling that you have to stay under, and that the only way to be successful is to, go get a job at Shell. I will also say this: success does not mean money per se, right? It does not mean it helps.
It does.
But it doesn't mean it. You know what I consider freedom? I consider freedom being able to take a nap at 2 p.m. and being able to send a text and say, I'm out for the day.
Yeah.
Right. And not have to worry about something being put in my folder.
Yeah.
Right. And now I got it. Right. Freedom is not being able to do what you want every moment, but more likely than not for you to feel fulfilled with the things that you're doing in your life, because that is the reason why you are here.
That's it.
And as brother Jerry Springer used to say, take care of yourselves and each other.
All right.
Good night.